Most people spend their entire lives working for money, while the wealthy spend their lives building assets that make money for them. And here's the shocking part. Some of the assets making people rich today aren't houses, luxury cars, or even million-dollar businesses. In fact, some of them are sitting right in front of you, completely overlooked. So in this video, I'll show you 13 surprising assets quietly making ordinary people wealthy, and how you can start building them too. Welcome back to Tips Mayor, where we are helping you live smarter, not harder. Today, we're diving deep into the real assets creating wealth in today's economy. Some of these assets are digital, some are physical. Some are things you never even realized had value. And the earlier you begin building them, the faster your financial life can change. Before we begin, hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a strategic skill video that can change your financial and professional game. Also drop a comment below. Which asset are you currently building? Alright, let's begin. The very first surprising asset making people rich today is not a mansion, not a luxury car, and not even a business. It's high-income skills. And this is powerful because skills are one of the few assets you can build with little or no money. Wealthy people understand that valuable skills can generate income repeatedly. Right now, businesses are paying heavily for people who can solve problems. Skills like video editing, AI automation, digital marketing, copywriting, coding, graphic design, content strategy, and social media management are in massive demand. Today, someone can work remotely for clients across the United States, Canada, Europe, or anywhere in the world. This is why skills are considered assets, because once you build them, they can continue generating money for years. In fact, experts believe AI and automation are becoming major economic drivers this year. Here's what to do. Choose one high-income skill that genuinely interests you and spend at least 30 minutes every single day improving it. Pick one, stay consistent, improve slowly, because one valuable skill can completely change your financial future. Now once your income begins growing, the next step is making your money start working for you. The second surprising asset making ordinary people wealthy is stocks and index funds. Now, a lot of people avoid investing because they think it's only for rich people. But the truth is, investing has become more accessible than ever. And one of the biggest reasons wealthy people continue getting richer is because their money keeps growing while they sleep. That's the power of investing. When you buy stocks, you're buying small ownership in companies. And as those companies grow, your investment can grow too. Index funds make this even easier because instead of investing in one company, you invest across many companies at once. This reduces risk while allowing you benefit from long-term market growth. One of the most powerful concepts in investing is compound growth. That means your money earns returns. And those returns also begin earning returns. Over time, this creates exponential growth. And according to financial experts, consistency matters more than trying to perfectly predict the market. This is why many wealthy people invest consistently for years instead of chasing quick money. And the earlier you start, the more powerful compounding becomes. Even small amounts invested consistently can grow significantly over time. Now, while stocks grow digitally, the next asset builds wealth physically and financially at the same time. The third surprising asset making people rich is real estate. Now, when most people hear real estate, they immediately think, that's only for rich people. But the truth is, real estate has created wealth for ordinary people for decades. Because real estate can pay you in multiple ways at the same time, monthly cash flow through rent, and long-term growth as the property increases in value. This is why many wealthy people love real estate. It combines steady income and long-term growth together. And one of the biggest advantages real estate offers is leverage, meaning people can control valuable property using borrowed money instead of paying the full amount upfront. Today, real estate is also evolving beyond traditional property ownership. People now invest through REITs, shared property investments, Airbnb rentals, and short-term rental businesses, making it more accessible than ever before. And as inflation rises, property values and rental prices often rise with it, which means real estate can actually protect your wealth over time. But smart investors do not rush blindly into buying property. They study locations, market demand, and future development plans, because in real estate, location still matters tremendously. Here's your starting point. Even if you cannot buy property right now, begin learning how real estate works. Study your local market, learn about rent prices, and start thinking long-term. Because the goal is not just owning property. The goal is owning assets that keep growing in value while generating income for you. Now, while real estate builds physical wealth, the next asset builds wealth almost entirely online. The fourth surprising asset making people rich today is digital products. And this is one of the most powerful wealth opportunities of the internet era. Because digital products can be created once and sold repeatedly without needing physical inventory, storage, or shipping. That means your work can continue making money long after you finish creating it. Think about it. An ebook can be downloaded thousands of times. An online course can keep selling for years. And a design template can be purchased repeatedly by people all over the world. And one of the biggest reasons digital products are exploding right now is because people are constantly looking for solutions online. They buy knowledge, convenience, and transformation. Someone good at fitness can create a workout guide. Someone good at budgeting can create finance templates. And someone experienced in editing can create presets or editing packs. The incredible thing is, you no longer need a massive company to sell globally. A laptop and a stable internet connection can now become a fully functioning business. Digital products also carry extremely high profit margins, and as social media and content platforms continue to grow, more people are turning their knowledge into consistent income. This is exactly why personal branding and digital products work so well together. Your audience trusts you, and your products solve their problems. But here is the important part. Successful digital products focus on solving specific problems clearly. People do not buy random products, they buy value. Here's your starting point. Ask yourself one simple question: what do I know that could help somebody else? Then turn that knowledge into a simple digital product. It does not need to be perfect, it just needs to be useful. Because in today's economy, useful information has become an incredibly valuable asset. Now, speaking of the internet, the next asset might actually be more powerful than money itself. The fifth surprising asset making people rich today is something invisible, but incredibly powerful: your personal brand. Years ago, people built businesses first and reputation came later. But today, the internet has flipped everything. People now trust people before they trust companies. And because of that, attention has become one of the most valuable currencies in the modern economy. Here is what most people get wrong though: you do not need millions of followers to build income online. A small, loyal audience can actually be more profitable than a massive audience that does not trust you. That is because trust converts. When people genuinely trust your opinions and knowledge, opportunities begin appearing naturally and your influence becomes financially valuable. And the biggest shift happening right now is this: creators are no longer depending only on ads. They are building entire businesses around their audience: courses, memberships, consulting, digital products, and affiliate marketing, all powered by trust. And the beautiful thing is, personal branding works even if you never show your face, because people care far more about value than visibility. One piece of content can reach thousands or even millions of people. And that content keeps working long after you create it. But building a strong personal brand takes consistency. Trust compounds over time. The more valuable content you put out, the more authority you naturally build. Here is your starting point. Start creating content around something you genuinely enjoy and that helps people. Do not chase virality, chase value. Because in today's digital economy, attention plus trust has become an incredibly powerful asset. And once people trust your value online, something else becomes extremely powerful. The sixth surprising asset making people rich is their network. And this might sound simple, but relationships can completely change a person's financial life. Because opportunities move through people, and sometimes, one single conversation can redirect someone's entire future. This is why wealthy people intentionally build strong relationships, because who you know influences what you know and what opportunities come your way. And what most successful people have in common is access access to information, opportunities, and partnerships, and that access almost always comes through relationships. Here is something most people overlook. Your environment shapes your thinking more than you realize. Surround yourself with people who think small and your standards shrink with them. But surround yourself with ambitious, growth-focused people and your standards begin rising naturally. And beyond opportunities, strong relationships also create accountability, encouragement, and genuine support during difficult periods. Now here is something worth remembering. Networking is not about using people. It is about building genuine relationships and providing real value, because the strongest networks are always built on trust and consistency. And the good news is building that network today is easier than ever. The internet allows you to connect with creators, entrepreneurs, and professionals from anywhere in the world. Here is your starting point. Join communities, attend events, engage with valuable creators, and most importantly, become someone valuable yourself. Because strong relationships remain one of the most underrated wealth assets in the world. Now speaking of the internet and relationships, the next asset keeps growing in value long after it's created. The seventh surprising asset making people rich is content libraries. Now most people see content as entertainment. But smart creators see it very differently. They see content as digital real estate. Because every video, article, or podcast becomes a long-term asset online. One YouTube video can keep generating views for years, and one blog article can keep bringing traffic indefinitely. This is exactly why serious creators focus on building libraries instead of constantly chasing viral moments. Because the more valuable content you create, the more discoverable you become online, and eventually, your older content starts working together like a team of employees, making your entire digital presence stronger over time. And another reason content libraries are so powerful is searchability. People are constantly searching for answers online, which means your content can keep attracting new attention long after it was published. This is especially powerful for faceless creators, because when you never show your face, your content itself becomes the brand. Now here is something worth understanding. Content libraries are not built overnight. They grow piece by piece. But over time, those small consistent pieces build into a massive and valuable digital asset. Here is what to do. Focus on creating evergreen content that stays useful and relevant over time. Do not create only for temporary attention. Create content that people can still benefit from months or even years later. Because valuable content is one of the very few assets that can keep growing and working for you while you sleep. Now while content libraries build digital influence, the next asset has created some of the biggest modern fortunes in recent years. The eighth surprising asset making people rich is cryptocurrency and blockchain assets. Now before you think of hype or overnight millionaires, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Because beyond all the noise, blockchain technology is becoming increasingly integrated into global finance, and major institutions around the world are actively exploring tokenized assets and blockchain systems. Now cryptocurrency itself is highly volatile. Prices can rise dramatically and crash just as fast. This is exactly why smart investors focus on understanding the technology rather than chasing hype, because blockchain is now being used across finance, payments, contracts, and digital ownership in ways that go far beyond just coins. And one reason people became wealthy through crypto early was straightforward. They adopted emerging technology before mass adoption happened. But here is something important to understand. Early adoption does not guarantee success. Many people lose money in this space because they invest emotionally instead of intelligently, and that is why education matters heavily here. So here is your starting point. Learn the fundamentals first. Understand how blockchain technology actually works, study risk management, and never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Because at the end of the day, smart investing is not about gambling, it is always about informed decision-making. Now while crypto represents digital ownership, the next asset can keep paying people for decades. The ninth surprising asset making people rich is intellectual property. And this is one of the most overlooked wealth assets in the modern world. Because unlike physical assets, intellectual property comes from ideas, creativity, and innovation. Things like books, music, software, and online courses that keep generating income long after they are created. Think about songs released years ago that still make money today. That is the power of ownership. When you create something valuable and legally own it, that creation becomes an asset that works for you. And today, intellectual property is even more powerful because the internet makes distribution global, which is exactly why the creator economy has grown so massively. Creators are no longer depending only on views or ads, they are building assets they fully own and control. And what makes intellectual property especially attractive is scalability. One product can be sold repeatedly without ever recreating it. But here is the key: intellectual property only becomes valuable when it solves problems or creates real value for people. People pay for solutions, and people pay for convenience. So here is your starting point. Stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a creator. Ask yourself, what can I create that people would find genuinely useful? Because small ideas, developed consistently, can grow into incredibly valuable assets. And in today's economy, ownership matters more than ever. Now, while intellectual property builds ownership, the next asset turns the internet itself into a business. The 10th surprising asset making people rich is small online businesses. And what makes this so powerful is accessibility. Years ago, starting a business required huge capital, offices, staff, and expensive equipment. But today, the internet has dramatically lowered the barrier to entry. One person with a laptop can now run a global business. And online businesses are powerful because they are scalable. Someone in a specific location can sell products or services to people anywhere in the world. Another reason online businesses are such powerful assets is automation. Many systems can run with minimal manual effort once properly built. And wealthy people focus heavily on leverage because leverage multiplies results. But here is something important. Many online businesses fail because people chase trends instead of solving real problems. Sustainable businesses focus on value, consistently helping people in ways that genuinely matter. So here is your starting point. Start simple. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Pick one business model and improve consistently over time. Because many of the most successful businesses in the world started extremely small. Now, while online businesses build modern wealth, the next asset proves that rarity itself can become valuable. The 11th surprising asset making people rich is alternative assets. These are assets that exist completely outside traditional investing, things like collectibles, luxury watches, rare art, vintage cars, sneakers, and trading cards. And some of these assets have increased massively in value over time because of one simple reason: scarcity. When something is rare and demand grows, prices rise, and that is exactly why certain watches, artworks, and collectibles become extraordinarily expensive. Many investors also diversify into alternative assets because they do not always move the same way traditional markets move, making them a useful addition to a broader wealth strategy. But here is an important warning: alternative assets can also be risky. Something valuable today may lose popularity tomorrow, and that is why knowledge matters heavily in this space. Successful collectors deeply understand the markets they invest in before committing any money. So here is your starting point: never invest in collectibles simply because of hype. Study the market carefully and only invest what you can comfortably afford to hold long term. Because alternative assets reward patience far more than impulsiveness. Now, while alternative assets depend on scarcity, the next asset depends on the future of technology itself. The 12th surprising asset making people rich is AI and automation systems. And this may genuinely become one of the biggest economic shifts of this generation. Artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming how businesses operate. Tasks that once took hours can now be completed in minutes, making entire workflows faster and more efficient. This is why businesses are investing heavily into automation, and creators already using AI tools are producing significantly more content than those who are not. Now, this does not mean AI replaces humans completely, but it does mean people who understand and use AI effectively may have a major advantage going forward. And one reason AI systems are such powerful assets is leverage. you can build systems that keep producing results repeatedly without starting from scratch every single time. The people learning these systems early are positioning themselves to benefit tremendously over the next decade. But here is something important to remember: AI should always be viewed as a tool, not magic. The people truly winning with AI are those combining technology with valuable human skills like creativity, strategy, and problem solving. So here is your starting point. Begin learning practical AI tools today for productivity, business, and creativity. Because technology has always rewarded the people who adapt early. And finally, the last asset is the foundation that affects every other asset on this list. The 13th, and possibly most important, asset making people rich is yourself. Your mindset, your discipline, your knowledge, your health, and your habits. Because every other asset on this list depends heavily on you. A person without discipline can lose money quickly. A person without knowledge can make costly mistakes. And a person without emotional control can destroy opportunities. This is why wealthy people consistently invest in self-improvement. Because self-investment compounds over time, and your personal growth directly affects your financial growth. Another reason self-investment matters is adaptability. The people who continue learning consistently are the ones who usually stay ahead. Because the world changes, technology changes, and opportunities change, and only those who keep growing can keep up. So here is your starting point. Dedicate time every single day to improving yourself and becoming more valuable consistently. Because at the end of the day, your greatest investment will always be you. So there you have it. The 13 surprising assets quietly helping ordinary people build real wealth in today's economy. And if there's one thing to remember from this video, it's this. Wealth is not just about how much money you earn. It's about what you build, own, and grow over time. High-income skills, investments, real estate, digital products, personal brands, businesses, AI systems, and even your own mindset can become powerful assets when developed consistently. And the biggest advantage wealthy people have is not luck, it's consistency. Small actions repeated daily can completely transform your financial future. So don't focus on trying to build everything at once. Start with 1 or 2 assets, improve gradually, and stay patient. Because wealth is usually built quietly, one smart decision at a time. Now the real question is, which asset are you going to start building first? Let me know in the comments. If you found these insights helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share with a friend who needs to learn how to build wealth this year. Don't forget to subscribe to Tips Mayor and hit the notification bell so you won't miss more high-impact negotiation and success videos. Also check out our other videos for more tips on how to build financial foundations and a better you. This is Tips Mayor, helping you live smarter, not harder. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.